Hello folks, this is the Lockerbie Vegetable Garden Record Book, which we have kept faithfully every year since we started here in 2002. And flicking through, it's a record of our planning for the year ahead, and this is quite a good example of that. 2011, 10 years ago, that was the plan for the polytunnel that year, and clearly the tomatoes are on that side of the central beds, and every year I alternate them between those two beds. And the outside plan shows the 4 main outside beds, which corresponds to the 4 main classifications of vegetables. You've got brassicas, it's a cabbage family, roots, kind of carrots and turnips, leeks and things, potatoes, self-explanatory, and legumes, which is peas and beans family. So the idea is there's a basic rotation whereby you move the location of those particular vegetables from one bed to the next in a sequence. So the next year, 2012, the brassicas are moved on. The roots have been moved onto the bed where the brassicas were. Brassicas, roots, potatoes, legumes. And so it just keeps a record of how we did that, and it's useful to refer to it every year to make sure there's a rotation going on. And the idea of the rotation, famously, is to reduce the occurrence of pests and diseases which would build up if you always planted potatoes there every year. If you planted the same crop in the same place every year, it reduces that. And over the years, we also found it useful to keep a record of the sowing times for things and the germination rates. Just a kind of rough idea of when was a good time to sow things and how successful it was. And it's just a reminder, oh yes, beginning of April, I always sow parsley, for instance, and it's a good reminder. And then every year we do an audit of what seeds are left. There's one for 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and we see what's needed to be ordered, make the order accordingly. And knowing that some seeds, like kale, brassica seeds, for instance, last for a long time, 10 years and more. So even if there's just a few left in the packet, they'll probably be okay. But some seeds, famously parsnip, are only good for 1 year. And so all that information is somewhere in this book, and we might sometimes refer to it. So I think it's a useful thing to have, a garden plan. Thank you.